Dear friends, good evening. Today I would like to do one of the most important concepts of Vedic Astrology, which is Navamsa. So, how to read Navamsa chart? So, some astrologers they are of opinion that Navamsa gets activated when one gets married. Let me give my perspective based on my experience. So, any divisional chart, including Rasi chart, all the charts they get activated when a person is born at the time of birth itself. But as we grow, so we'll be better in our maturity, in our thinking, in our thought process. Like that, the Navamsa matures over a period of time as we grow in age. So when you get married, you'll get a partner, you'll start your life, you'll have children, and you'll work towards nourishing them, bringing them up. So it makes more sense, for any person to talk about Navamsa once he becomes 25, 30 years age. So in Navamsa, the main aspects that we need to see in Navamsa is, so first we need to understand what is Navamsa, what is Rashi. Okay, so Rashi is something like a right hand, and Navamsa is our left hand. So that's why in palmistry also, right hand is yourself and left hand is your partner's hand. So left hand is a supporting hand. So when do you get your supporting hand? So once you get married, you get that supporting hand. That's why astrologers they are of opinion that Navamsa gets activated when you get married. But even before marriage also, you need supporting hand. That supporting could be your mother, your father, your siblings, your friends. So Navamsa is the inner potential of an individual's birth chart. So unless and until we study the dignity of planet in Navamsa, we should not rush into conclusion. And especially the particular dasha which we are talking about, if we are assessing any planet's dignity, so we need to make sure that the dasha is activated. Then only it makes sense to see, what is the dignity of that planet actually in Navamsa. So, suppose in a person's birth chart, suppose the Rasi chart is not good. Suppose the ascendant lord is in 6, 8, 12. One of these houses, these houses are known as the most malefic houses. However, if the same ascendant lord falls in a benefic house in Navamsa, in Kendra or Kona, like 4, 7, 10 ascendant, or 5, 9, 11, even second house, then it is auspicious. It can't harm an individual. But externally, the person seems to be struggling a lot to move ahead in the life, but he has a lot of inner potential and he has to leverage it. So usually what happens is the planets in Rasi chart, they are in outer orbit, and the planets which are in Navamsa chart, we have to understand them, they are in inner orbit. So the planets in outer orbit, basically they try to pull the potential, they leverage the potential of planets in inner orbit. So what happens if the planets in inner orbit, they are not supporting, suppose if they are weak, that's when the person faces all the difficulties, problems. So if a person has a very good Navamsa chart, then definitely he'll be successful. However, his Rasi chart is. So there are some thumb rules how to assess a chart, individual chart, how strong it is, considering the Navamsa along with the Rasi chart, because Rashi and Navamsa, they have to go hand in hand. We just can't read them separately. For example, a person is running Jupiter Mahadesha and Jupiter is exalted in his Rashi chart. The same Jupiter he's debilitated or he is in enemy sign, then this person passes through a lot of hardships to rise in life. So if I give the order of strength, an individual chart comprises, the first thing is the ascendant Vargottama is the best it is the topmost auspicious chart. If the ascendant of Rashi Chakra is same as the ascendant of Navamsa Chakra, then it is highly auspicious. It is very powerful chart. Because what happens is the planets in the outer orbit actually is exactly in sync with the inner orbit. Suppose a person is born in Capricorn ascendant as per Rasi chart. Suppose in Navamsha also it is Capricorn rising, then it is called Vargottama. So the beauty of Vargottama ascendant is these signs, the houses, they don't change, they remain same in Navamsha. So there is a lot of cooperation between Rasi and Navamsha energies. So if something, if a person is kind of stuck, or if a person is in kind of some problem, it can be easily fixed if he is having Vargottama ascendant. So that is the first strongest chart I can say. A person who has Vargottama ascendant, that is highly auspicious. So the second one is the ascendant Lord in Vargottama. Suppose a person is having Leo ascendant and the ascendant Lord Sun, if he is in Vargottama in Navamsha, then also it is highly auspicious. That chart overall will bring very good results. So the third one is the lords of 4, 7, 10, 5, 9, 11, if they are in Vargottama, then also it is highly auspicious. And the fourth one, if the planets in Navamsha, if they are in exalted state, or they attain Nicha Bhanga, or if the planets are in Pushkaramsa, then it is also highly auspicious. The dasha of that particular planet definitely is fruitful. So the fifth one being, if a planet is in friendly sign in Navamsha and is aspected by benefics or aspected by Jupiter, then that also the dasha of that particular planet also is very promising. So the Jupiter aspect, it is very important. It plays a prominent role in Navamsha. So if one were to assess dignity of a planet or a house, he has to look into the Navamsha and the aspect of Jupiter. If that planet or the lord of that particular house or that house itself has connection with Jupiter, then it is also auspicious. So the last but one is, if planets are in inimical sign in Navamsha, then that individual, he'll pass through a lot of hardships, difficult times, because the meaning of planet being in inimical sign means a person has to work against his will. That is one thing. Like he kinds of feels like he's a slave to someone. And the other thing is, the planet in inimical house in Navamsha, it can bring a lot of animosity with his close people, kith and kin, friends, or with the manager at work or with the business partner. That's the actually natural energy of a planet being in an inimical sign, because it basically gives animosity with people. And the last one, the least strength, is a planet is in combust and not receiving any benefic aspect from Jupiter. And the planet which is in combust, okay, it's lost in the war. So these are the order of strengths for an individual to see where the particular chart actually falls in, from starting from top 1 to top 8. I gave 8 combinations. Friends, this is my analysis about Navamsa. If you like this video, please click on like button. Also subscribe to this video. If you are looking for more information on Navamsa, please visit my site trendingastro.com. We have a separate section in Varga Chakras. Thank you very much.